I finally got the chance to watch Sin City: A Dime to Kill For. Dame. What the fuck is a dame? What's going on, guys? Welcome to Think About It Reviews, and I finally got to see Sin City: A Dame to Kill For. Okay, let's keep on. I gotta say, the first Sin City I really enjoyed. I didn't overly love, like a lot of people did. I enjoyed it though. I really enjoyed it. I did enjoy the characters. I enjoyed the style of it. Robert Rodriguez really did a great job with the film, and it's one of those, films that definitely is should be recognized and praised for that time being when the time it came out. Now we have how many years later? I mean, it's been quite a bit of time since we've seen, this Sin City, the first one, and this is like the 300. Quite a bit of time came before, after that. Zack Snyder, of course, did 300. Then they had 300: Rise of the Empire. That came it was quite a while for the sequel to happen. But when Rise of the Empire, I think, did pretty good in the box office. Sin City didn't. The sequel pretty much did not. It kind of bombed. It pretty much bombed. But I got to see it, and honestly, they don't need to make any more Sin City films. I don't think there's an audience catered for it. I think at the time maybe, but that time is done. Now it's time to just move on. But let's talk about the sequel to Sin City, and I gotta really express that I really did enjoy this film. I really liked it. I thought it was really just very entertaining. There's things I didn't like about it, but the things I did like, of course, is Mickey Rourke as Marv. He's just really the heart of Sin City stories. This film wasn't as, I would say, film quality, so to speak. It was more of a, I don't want to say a B movie, but Robert Rodriguez's style kind of, I guess there was more style and more fluent and editing wise and just overall, but you can see the budget in this. This first film had a better budget and just overall was a better quality film because of the rich stories, and when they did violence, they did it stylistically, and they really just didn't go for that B campiness. It really felt like a straight out of comic type film. For this film, it felt like it was, you could tell the budget wasn't really there, and it felt B movie type feel with all the violence that were occurring. However, it still maintained that style of Sin City. It just felt like a different kind of movie than the first film, which is not bad at all. It's actually really, really good. The only problems I really had with the film, I'm just going to lay out the problems real quick, was Josh Brolin's character. I know he's supposed to be Dwight, and I know Clive Owen was Dwight. I really like Clive Owen as Dwight in the first film. And in here, they explain why it's Josh Brolin, and then he's kind of, I think they show it in the trailers, he pretty much, and it's in the interviews everywhere, he pretty much gets another identity, and that's what the Clive Owen version we see in the first film. The timelines in this one, it seems really confusing, especially with Marv. I don't know where Marv's timeline goes, because in the first one, something happens to him, and in this one, it's like, okay, so where the fuck is this taking place? Because we see Jessica Alba's storyline as well with, her and Bruce Willis from the first film. And this one, the timeline just seems all fucked up. Some of the timeline works, but some of the timeline is just confusing as hell. Now, Dwight, like I said, Josh Brolin becoming the Clive Owen version, sad to say, they don't bring in Clive Owen. They just have Josh Brolin. And when he does transform, it's kind of comical. It's like, what the hell? Of course it's Josh Brolin. You can see his fucking mug. The only thing he has is a bad fucking toupee. So that was a little bit of a problem that I had with it. And the acting, holy moly, dude. Jessica Alba really just cannot act. She can't act her way out of a fucking shoebox. She looks really cool in the film, I will say that, especially when she goes on her vengeance past. Her storyline, it's all about revenge, and the way she looks and her scarred face, she really looks cool. She really pulls it off. However, whenever she has to deliver these emotional lines that deals with Bruce Willis's character, it's terrible. Jessica Alba is terrible. It's not news. She's not a very good actress, but in here I really felt she wasn't really bad. Even Eva Green, she was in 300 Rise of the Empire. She was the villainess. In here, she has a storyline with Josh Brolin's character Dwight. And usually the actress, Eva Green, she is really great. I loved her in Rise of Empire. I thought she was the best thing in that film, being a villainess. I really loved her. And I really like her as an actress. However, in this film, I felt like her acting was not that great. It wasn't as up to par as it was really cartoony, so to speak, really just like hammed it up a little bit. I just wanted more from Eva, and she didn't deliver. She didn't deliver like Rise of the Empire. I think Rise of the Empire, maybe it was a specific kind of role she had to be, a seductress, so to speak, in this film than the other film where she looks like she was having a lot of fun with it. However, I really just didn't really care for her acting in this film. Bruce Willis is in here for a little bit of cameos. He was fine. It's Bruce Willis trying to get that paycheck. Other than Eva and Jessica, the acting was okay. It was pretty good. Joseph Levitt Gordon was actually really good in this film. He has a little storyline in here. The ending of his storyline was a little bit comical. I was like, really? Really? The villain, the senator, I can't remember his name. It was like Vincent, I think. Vincent something. The senator who plays the senator in here was really good. The big bad baddie. I wanted this motherfucker to die. I wanted this guy to just. It's a senator in this film. He's the main villain. He's really the center of a lot of these storylines. I just absolutely hate this guy. I wanted this guy to die. So he did a great job too, acting wise. He was menacing. He was cocky. He was arrogant. I mean, this actor really did a great job. I can't remember his name. I see him in movies all the time. I don't know why I can't remember his name right now. But he was really, really good. I really enjoyed his aspect of the film. He really brought a lot to the table in this film. Like I said, the style was there, just like the original Sin City. Some of it, the editing was there. It was very over stylized. I didn't have a problem with that. It worked because I knew what I was getting myself into. There's also another actress that gets replaced. I love me some Rosario Dawson. I love me some Rosario Dawson. Little Miho, if you're expecting the same actress from the first film, no. It's Jamie Chung now. I can't remember the actress name from the first one, but that's not her. Little Miho is not the same, chick. I was like, ooh, she looks different. That's not the same actress, is it? So they couldn't bring back a lot of the actors, and of course Michael Clarke Duncan died. That sucks. I mean, I really missed him playing that one, the part of the guy with the missing eye. I really, because I think Michael Clarke Duncan doesn't get a lot of credit that he's due for, because he is a presence on screen. So he's really missed in this film. This film, it's way down from the acting and sometimes the just really the change of actors and stuff. They couldn't get the original, so to speak. Or even sometimes the writing in here, like some of the storylines, wasn't as satisfying as I wanted it to be. However, the film is fun. The film is very fun. These storylines do get a little bit hectic, a little bit crazy, but you're along. You're with it. You're on board. Some of the characters you really fascinated and interested, like the revenge factor, the gambling, the gambling factor of things. Just overall, I felt, and then Marv kicked ass in this film. I really just enjoyed it. I just sat there really enjoying all the violence that was happening, all the smart remarks, all the just, these characters in this Sin City environment. So, and the style of it. I mean, the style still works for me. I mean, it's it's Sin City. You knew what you were getting yourself into, so it still works for me. Just like Rise of Empire worked for me as well because of the style. You know, it wasn't Zack Snyder didn't direct it. Robert Rodriguez came back and directed the sequel, but Zack Snyder didn't direct the sequel to Rise of the Empire. However, it still had that same feel, and it's this film. It still has that same feel from the first one. So overall, Sin City, A Dame to Kill For was actually a fun adventure. It was very fun to see all these storylines come to play from bringing in from the first film, and including some that we haven't seen before, especially Jessica Alba's that wasn't even in the comic books. It was all originally new type of work, and it worked. It worked. That her storyline does work at the end. So overall, though, I really recommend if you like the Sin City, the first film, and you're going to really enjoy this film. It's very entertaining. However, don't expect it to be as good as the first film. I still think the first film is a lot better. However, this one is catered. It's a good, 1-2 kind of punch. Well, this one is not a knockout. It's still kind of like hits you pretty good. I will say though, what was I gonna say? That's pretty much about it. I think that's about it. I mean, I do recommend this film, so go check it out if you want to. It's definitely on DVD, or it's gonna probably be coming on HBO and all that stuff. It was a fun little ride. I did enjoy it. So thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe and please like the video if you like it. And if you have any questions, if you want to talk spoilers or whatever, comment below and I will answer all you guys' questions because I did think this was a fun little ride. So thank you guys for listening. Dan the Man, aka Danielson, is out. Bye guys.